new job. Well, it's not a new job. It's an Arkham job. So I've run out of 4x2 lengths. So we have decided to cut 6x2s into 4x2s and see what happens. I only need 20 lengths. Colin thinks it's doable.
No, just cut that off.
I think it could just be doable, but only if we're accurate. Let's have a look. I think after we've done this first bit, it's got to be moved in that direction to drier territory, because this is, I'm wetter under this roof than what I would be if I was standing outside. What do you make of that? Trial. It's because of that guy. I remember, because Dad used to have the trouble.
It started going off. Just, you can see where it started going. But I think that'll be all come from the other side.
This is
There again,
the tent number 2 with a guard that's now fully held in place. Still must be out.
It went off.
Either that was out or the
Didn't that
line.
go off? Look, just at the very end there, when you.
Either that was off or the line was out. So it is now 3 o'clock, December the 28th. Me and Colin have just finished cutting all them 6x2 bits down to 4x2 bits. Oh yes, on the ancient saw bench of Beelzebub, found in a really old vintage place, owned for about 400 or 500 years, give or take 400 or 500, and yeah, and that's brilliant. Done the job. First 3 were a bit iffy, you know. I don't think I'll use them, but I can use them for noggins. And then yeah, it went fine, absolutely fine, no problem at all. So tomorrow we can crack on, get these internal walls finished. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now into the new year 2023. I would say Happy New Year, but with the rate my videos get released, or how late they get released, this could be released in May 2023, and I could be saying Happy New Year as today is the 1st of January 2023. So all I say is Happy New Year for whatever time of year this is. Anyway, as you can see, I am in the Annex. And as you may or may not have noticed, I've completed the timber frame. So I'll just give you a quick update on what I've done. Firstly, I've put an extra bit of wood on here. Please excuse my cup of coffee. I am now a builder, and as you all should know, builders always have a hot drink in their hand because they just don't get on quick enough. Anyway, so I wanted to raise the windows a little bit higher off the floor, so I've put this bit in. I just wanted that extra little bit, and I think that'd be fine. I've done the noggins, the kitchen walls. I've put the 2 top plates on. I've basically, like, where one runs in there and then the top one I run over just so that it gives it extra strength. The doors are done. Well, basically I've done the lot. These are the 6x2 timbers that we cut down. They went in quite nice. Used noggins as well. There's the door. There's Billy's room. And then Amelia's room. I don't know whether the camera does it justice or not, but it's quite big. Double the size of the caravan. To be honest, perfect for what me and Louise want, and also what me and Louise were allowed by planning, so that's the main thing. Right, so that brings me nicely to having a sip of this cup of coffee. I am now going to start looking at the roof trusses. I'm going to call the inspector this week. I think the last time he came, he said to me to give him a call once the timber frame was up and once I'd got like a bit of roof framework up. But I'm going to call him to say, look, I'm up to the top plate. Do you want to come out now, or do you want to see the want me to put the roof on, or a bit of the roof and then you come out? But anyway, I'm going to give him the option. So the plan is the roof trusses. Now, I should say I have never ever built a roof on a house. Never. I am going into this completely without a clue of what I'm doing or anything. All I've done is I've studied lots of different videos. I know people mock people, but so far I've managed to build most of this by just learning things and listening to advice, asking questions. So roof trusses. We've had quite a discussion about whether we need scaffolding or not. I was quoted £1,000 for the scaffolding to go right the way round. Don't get me wrong, I do think scaffolding would make life 1,000,000% easier, but it's £1,000, and what I'm thinking is, I mean, we built a shed down there taller than this one without scaffolding. You know, we just use ladders, tower scaffolding. I suppose if you're going to say tower scaffolding is scaffolding, fair enough. But I have got tower scaffolding. I've got different things that could probably help me, that I could probably make and do it. So right now, no scaffolding, just ladders and just working out measurements. But that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to see if I can get some of these brackets on and see how we get on. Could be wrong, could be right, who knows? But unless you try, you'll never know. So let's have a look, let's get cracking. So since I was showing you last, when I was marking out the bracket lines, I just haven't had time to get the film out, so this is going to look a bit strange for you lot now, but Oh yes. Oh yes. Got old monkey boy Luke up the top, running around. I got our greatest cousin here ever. He's just a man of very many talents. Is that right, Steve?
Yes, mate.
Anyway, look at this. Stephen's been on the level, so everything's mostly pissed, but...
Bastard. Alright, now you've got to get out of trellis up and then we can finish bracing.
Trellis? What are we doing? Allotment?
That's it, trellis, mate. Allotment.
Right, we're going to put another trellis up, aren't we, Steve?
Yes, mate. Arkham lads all the way.
What are you, a builder come what?
Porno star.
He's a builder come roofer come everything. And porno star. We did have a sex swing in here, but we've had to do away with it.
Yeah.
Luke, anything to add?
Yeah.
Do you want this up there so you can film up there?
First gust of wind, it'll fall over. Here we are. Oh crap, nearly fell. Dig and dug down here. It's about to do some crazy stuff. Don't watch this, health and safety.
Okay.
We'll have to quack that out.
You bastard, you walked away this time. There you go.
Did you get me on the camera?
Yeah. I got both your guts hanging out.
Get me? I wasn't even clapping. I haven't even messed myself.
Push. Right, back to the dodgy ladder, yeah?
If you want to watch this, viewers. Here we go. This is how the Romans built Rome. With ladders. You want?
There you go.
It's gonna fall off that your end, yeah.
No.
Whoa! Oh, jeez!
Fell off the end, mate.
I caught it.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's why I put them 2 bits of timber there. That's it. Hey, take that off.
Yeah, look, it's nearly there.
Alright, no, stop. Alright.
All we need now is like some funny backing music. Hopefully Andrew works some editing magic on this and puts a bit of a like funny music to it. I'll put the camera down and I'll crawl across to there. Look at that.
Right? You ready? Right. Oh, and that ladder's going to be stuck away, isn't it? Right. Let's do it this way. No. Get the ladder on a bit.
I know one thing.
What, mate?
Points always have to go that way, don't they? Remember we did it with Tom last weekend when we struggled when it was this way?
The red light's there.
Yeah, no, when it...
Yeah, because we pulled it over,
flip
didn't
them
we?
over like that, doesn't it? It gets caught on there, that's how come we ain't got any scrubs. Sussed it.
There you go. Hang on, look. There you go.
There we go.
Go on. I'll just get out of the way. Back a bit. There you go.
They ain't half heavy.
Happy?
Yeah, I got a level. Or I got a.
Oh, it won't matter. You can't use it for long,
No, it's not. You still got hammer in your pocket?
I got your ham. Your hammer's there.
Alright. As long as we've got hammers.
She blowy. She's blowy like a froggy on a Friday night. Don't wanna close my eyes.
You'll see my crack.
Exactly. No, if I close my eyes, I won't see your crack. Is what you mean to say? Oh, I just realised the camera's still recording. Whoa. 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 with his little funny boots on.
They look posh, don't they?
Yeah.
Huh? Your wellies look posh. Your wellies.
His little booties.
I might have to get some.
I think it was 60 quid.
How?
Yeah.
You could have got some Black Widows for that.
Right. So the question is, where actually are we with the Annex build since the last update? I can inform you, we have a roof on. The trusses are on. The hipped ends are on, which is a different story in itself. I literally spent a week studying how to do it and then done it somehow. Don't ask me how. And obviously, oh, let me take you out here. And then we've been putting membrane on. So because it's counter battened, I had to batten as I went, obviously, to be able to get up the roof to put membrane further up, because it gives me something to stand on. So them battens are on, and obviously, as you can see when I pan the camera around, this side is plyboarded, and I've also got some battens on. Obviously not enough battens yet. Now as we go around here, in between the make-believe scaffolding, the ply is on here, and going around further, the ply is on there. It got a bit wet in the pile, so we've got it up there, it's drying out nicely. That's where we're at. So I am finishing off the roof today, and then once I've done that, the roof is pretty much watertight, and I've left this bottom bit, you know, I've not completely battened it, because I need to put the fascia and soffit on, which hopefully will be this week, hopefully. So let's crack on. So what I basically do, I need to have a strip of this, but because I'm on my own, I'm going to reel it a bit out, cut it the length off I need, and then put it up there. So I've just chucked a batten on that to hold that end down. I'm going to roll this out like this, all the way along here. It's not as windy as it was yesterday, but there is a little bit of a breeze up here, so I'm going to roll this out along here like that, where it needs to go, which is, I reckon, about there. Cut that off down there, and then I'm going to lift it up and put it in. I doubt I'm going to be able to film it because of you know, needing my hands, but I'll see how I get on. So that's what I mean, I couldn't film whilst I was banging it in because no hands. But what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to put another bit on, but it's going to be tricky because obviously I've got nothing to walk on there, but a nimble man like myself should be able to achieve it. So I'm going to get that done now. This is how far we've got. Just running these battens in now. There's two blokes down there running these battens in to finally finish battening the roof.
Oh, that's better.
Luke's covered in sawdust.
Yeah, and I just farted.
And he just farted.
And I'll chuck up some.
They're taking photos.
Look at that.
Luke's not cut enough off. And yeah, so once that's battened in, I can have a rest because we won't be ready for slate just yet, but
We do that in summer.
won't be long. We're still going.
Yeah,
we've gone.
Just got the
We've only
coast
got a
guard
little
here,
bit to
top
do,
soft
but there's
cut
a
tea.
helicopter. And Luke says it's the Coast Guard, but I don't. I think it's the building inspector because he wants an actual, to take photos of an actual proper job to send to all the other builders, so that they know what standards they've got to live up to. Especially TJO Brickwork and Estate and Lakeside Management, two companies that they are both striving to get to my level. So there you go. You didn't actually get much footage of it happening, but basically I had to get down to discuss windows with the window fitter, Mr. Bridges, and the old tractor driver come carpenter finished off.
And guess what? We finished just in time because it's now snowing. Look at that coming across Saddlescoop.
The way the camera is facing now is northeast. And when Dad always used to say, when the wind comes from that angle, and that is not rain, that's snow coming across there. That's snow.
What is it?
That's snow. In a minute that'll be snowing hard. You see if I'm right.
Northeast.
What I do is just for
here it comes.
camera purposes, I'll carry on filming until it starts snowing. Oh right, it started snowing already.
Here it is. It's snowing.
You can't quite see it. What is that saying? Dad used to say, if you can see Beachy Head, it's not raining.
If you can't see Beachy.
No, if you can't see Beachy Head, it is raining. And if you can see Beachy Head, it's gonna rain.
Then what is it? Ring far, rain near. Rain far. No, ring far, rain near.
Ring near, rain far.
Yeah.
You like a ring. So there you go.
Ain't updated on how many more cars I've bought since we've last been on it.
Yeah, but that's because this is an Annex build video, not a car video. You probably can't hear us because the wind is blowing so hard. It's like a hurricane up here. And it is actually brassing. It is brassing. And I'm thinking I'm not going to bother putting them battens up on the ridge because it's cold. It's too cold for my pinkies. Look at it coming now.
Look at it coming across there.
Anyway. So you know what all there is to say. You can say it this time.
Only way is up. Only way is up.